The market chops as they let the NASDAQ catch up. What happens next?
This is Invest with Jacob.
Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the market had reached the 1236 on the ES, but that the NASDAQ was lacking behind. And in today's market session, they let the NASDAQ catch up and hit the 1.0, and the rest of the market basically chopped sideways. So now the question is, what's next? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so the NASDAQ was able to hit its 1.0. Did anything else important happen? Let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And really nothing happened today on the S&P 500. Very choppy day. They stayed above major support. They did not break out to the upside. They basically hit the high early in the pre-market and then never came back to break through. So just a lot of chop and then a little bit of a lower close in the ES, which means that everything is still the same. We're still hitting the 1236. We're still expecting a pullback down to the pivot at the 44.69 to 49 area, and that is still the key level to watch. If you're bearish, you want that pivot to break. If you are bullish, you want that pivot to hold, and you would look for the next leg higher toward the 4650 region and 4800 overall for this leg up. So nothing of note happened on the ES. So if you're joining us new and you weren't here yesterday, we're counting this as a 1, 2, and we're in 3 of 3 up to the 1236. When that happens, you look for the pullback to the 764 to 618. That is what we call the pivot. If that pivot holds, you would expect a next push to 4583, one more pullback, and then 4635 to complete wave 1 of wave 5 of 3. Now, if you are bearish, you're counting this more as an A, B, C up, and you're looking for a breakdown through the pivot that would lead us toward the 4250 area, 4250, 4300 area on the pullback. And then from there, we would look for the next push higher to start 5 of 3. So we're either already in 5 of 3 on the way up in wave 1, or we need a C wave down to complete the wave 4 of 3, and then we'll look from there. But bottom line, key level is the pivot, 44.49, 44.69. Over on the NASDAQ did actually have something important happen today. We talked about in yesterday's video, we were still short of the 1.0, and I said they would very likely go up and hit it, which they did. They pushed just above it and basically chopped on it all day. Nothing of note really happened. We are going into a holiday weekend. You don't tend to get big moves into holiday weekends. What you tend to get is slow, choppy drift to the high side. So it's possible that tomorrow we push higher a little bit and don't start a pullback maybe until next week. But we are in the area where you would expect a pullback. So looking for a pullback, whether we get one or not going into a holiday weekend is to be determined. Might be into next week before we see that. But NASDAQ did hit its 1.0. So just like on ES, we can count this from the bottom a couple of different ways. First would be this being a 1, 2, 3. You would prefer they hit 15,740, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. But 1.0 is good enough. Then you want to see them pull back and test the pivot, which is 15,359 to 15,241. Since they only hit the 1.0, you would expect them to test 15,241 when they do pull back, unless they decide to push up first to the 1236. But again, I don't think that's going to be likely. So we would look for a test of the pivot. Just like on ES, assuming they hold, we would look for the next leg higher towards 16,049, one more pullback to the 1.0, and then up to the 16,400 level to complete this leg of the move up. And then we'd look for a pullback and then another push toward the 18,500, 19,000 area on NASDAQ. So still the same parameters as yesterday. The only difference is they finally hit the 1.0, which we thought they would. It was weird that they would get close and not hit it. So they went up, extended, hit it, and now we're looking for them to test the pivot. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It will take you right over to the website. And once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. We also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners course. As you can see from the testimonials on the screen, it is helping real traders make real money and understand the market for the first time, understanding why the market moves how it does, and what to look for instead of trying to decipher the news, where good news means the market goes down or up, and bad news means the market goes down or up. You never really know. And with Elliott Wave, you have key levels and ideas of truly understanding the market. It's 25 videos where I go through 3 parts. The first part is the introduction, where I go over the expectations, the mindset and emotion, the KISS theory, and why it works. Then we use our chart setup and tools section, where we get all the tools we need to use with Elliott Wave Theory so that we can understand where and when these tops and bottoms happen and how to measure them, all the different things you're looking for to confirm them. And then finally, we go through the Elliott Wave for Beginners portion, where we go through each wave, why they're important, what their targets are, where they fail, how they are traded, all the different things you'll want to know about these waves in the Elliott Wave setup so that you can understand the market just like the people you saw in the testimonials. The really cool thing is it does come with both monthly subscriptions. So if you don't want to purchase the course, you can join one of our monthly rooms and you do get it for free. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. The key takeaways for today, basically, we're looking for that pullback. We're in a spot where we would expect one. Should they pull back, they need to hold the pivot at 44.49, 44.69. If they do and they start to push out, we would look at bullish scenarios up toward 4,800. If they break the pivot, we would look at our bearish scenario down to 42.50. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of situation. They hit the 1.0. We're in an area where we would look for a pullback. We would look for the pivot to hold 15,359 to 15,241. If it does not hold, then we're looking at the 14,200 to 500 area on a pullback in wave C before starting the next move higher. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink, enjoy the holiday, enjoy your family, get away from the computer. I will talk to you next week.